Antifragile, Things That Gain from Disorder by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. Picture yourself standing in line at the post office, cradling a box filled with delicate champagne glasses. You know what's coming next, right? Out comes that thick red marker, and you're scribbling "fragile" and "handle with care" all over the package. Why? Because you know your precious cargo is about to go on a wild ride through the postal system, getting tossed, dropped, and jostled around like a beach ball at a concert. But here's where it gets interesting. What would be the complete opposite of that fragile box? Think about it for a moment. What would you write on a package that's the polar opposite of fragile? If you said robust or unbreakable, you're in good company, but here's the twist. A robust package just sits there and takes the punishment. It survives, sure, but it doesn't get any better from the experience. It's like that friend who can take a joke but never really grows from it. The true opposite would be something wild, something that actually gets better when it's roughed up. Imagine writing on a box, "Please drop this repeatedly," or "Shake vigorously for best results." A package whose contents somehow become more valuable, stronger, and better with every bump and tumble. Sounds crazy, right? Yet this concept is everywhere in nature and life, and for thousands of years, we didn't even have a word for it. Enter Nassim Nicholas Taleb, a brilliant, rebellious thinker who spent decades as a trader, mathematician, and philosopher, wrestling with uncertainty and chaos. His book Antifragile has sold millions of copies and become the secret playbook for entrepreneurs, innovators, and anyone trying to navigate our unpredictable world. Here's Taleb's provocative argument. We've become obsessed with eliminating randomness from our lives. We want everything neat, predictable, and smooth. But in our quest for perfect stability, we're accidentally making ourselves incredibly fragile. We're like those helicopter parents who hover over their kids, every move, creating adults who crumble at the first real challenge. What if the things we fear most, chaos, stress, randomness, mistakes, are actually the secret ingredients for growth and strength? What if uncertainty isn't the enemy, but the catalyst? By the time we're done today, you'll have a new superpower, a completely different way of seeing the world. You'll understand why you want to be the fire that grows stronger in the wind, not the candle that gets blown out. The word is antifragile, and it's about to change everything. Let's start with something beautifully simple. The world, according to Taleb, contains three types of things. The ancient Greeks understood this through their myths. First, we have the fragile. Picture the sword of Damocles hanging by a single horsehair above a man's head at a feast. One tiny breeze, one slight tremor, and it's game over. Fragile things need stability desperately. Your grandmother's china collection is fragile. Our banking system? Surprisingly fragile. That secure corporate job? More fragile than you'd think. Next comes the robust. Think of the phoenix rising from its ashes, returning exactly as it was before. Robust things shrug off damage and stay the same. A concrete block is robust. Your favorite pair of well-worn jeans might be robust. Robust is good, but it's not the whole story. Then there's the category we've been missing, the one that changes everything. Picture the Hydra, that serpent from Greek mythology. Cut off one head, and two grow back. The Hydra doesn't just survive attacks. It gets stronger from them. It feeds on chaos and disorder. This is antifragility, things that actually benefit from shocks, volatility, and stress. This isn't just a clever academic concept. It's the secret of life itself. Evolution is the ultimate example. Individual creatures die, they're fragile, but the gene pool gets stronger with every challenge. Mutations, mistakes, and environmental chaos aren't bugs in the system, they're features. Your own body demonstrates this perfectly. Lie in bed for a month and your muscles waste away, but hit the gym and lift heavy weights? You're literally tearing your muscle fibers. And your body's response is beautiful overcompensation. It rebuilds them stronger than before, preparing for the next challenge. Your body is anti-fragile. Taleb calls this overcompensation hormesis, the principle that small doses of harmful things can make you stronger. It's why vaccines work, introducing a weakened threat to build powerful defenses. Here's the tragedy. Modern life has declared war on this natural anti-fragility. We're systematically removing all the small, necessary stressors that make us strong. Consider the overprotective parent who sanitizes every surface, never lets their child fall or fail, and shields them from every bump and scrape. The intention is loving, but the result? A fragile child, unprepared for reality. A kid who's never been exposed to germs has a weak immune system. A kid who's never failed has zero resilience. We're doing this to our entire society. Taleb calls it touristification, turning life into a predictable, packaged tour with no surprises. We follow the script. School, degree, stable job, rigid schedule, avoid all uncertainty. But a life without surprises is only half a life. It's a comfortable prison. This war on randomness is waged by what Taleb brilliantly calls the fragilista. Picture the modern expert, maybe a bureaucrat or economist in a crisp suit, who believes he understands complex systems and can fix them with top-down solutions. The fragilista looks at the economy or the human body and sees a simple machine he can tinker with and optimize. This leads to naive interventionism, the dangerous urge to do something without understanding the consequences. The medical term is iatrogenics, harm caused by the healer. For centuries, visiting a doctor was one of the most dangerous things you could do. They'd bleed you to balance your humors or perform surgeries in filthy conditions, often making you sicker. The cure was worse than the disease. We're doing the same thing to our economy. Every small downturn triggers panic. Politicians and central bankers rush in with interest rate cuts, money printing, and bailouts. They smooth out every bump, but in doing so, they prevent the system from healing naturally. They stop small forest fires, allowing dead wood to pile up until one spark creates an unstoppable inferno. The paradox is beautiful and terrifying. The more we try to create stability, the more we set ourselves up for catastrophic collapse. Consider two brothers. One drives a taxi. His income bounces around wildly. Some days are great, others are slow. He faces constant small stressors, traffic, difficult passengers, unpredictable schedules. This forces constant adaptation. He learns, adjusts, and improves. He has hundreds of small employers, his customers. Lose one? No big deal. He's robust, maybe even a bit anti-fragile. His brother manages accounts at a bank. His paycheck arrives like clockwork, exactly the same amount every month for 20 years. Perfect stability. Until the phone call. The bank is downsizing. His position is eliminated. His income instantly drops to zero. He's the turkey, fed reliably by the butcher every day, growing more confident in the butcher's benevolence, right up until Thanksgiving Eve. Our modern systems create more bank managers and fewer taxi drivers, building an illusion of stability that hides terrifying fragility. So, if trying to control everything is the problem, what's the solution? How do we build anti-fragile lives? Enter one of Taleb's most practical ideas, the barbell strategy. Picture a gym barbell with weights on both ends and nothing in the middle. This is Taleb's perfect metaphor for approaching risk. Instead of living in the supposedly safe middle ground, which often hides the worst risks, you embrace two extremes. On one side, you're ultra-conservative. On the other, ultra-aggressive. For investing, forget the typical moderate-risk portfolio that puts everything in the stock market. Instead, put 90% in the absolute safest place possible, cash or government bonds, something that cannot blow up. That's your conservative end. Then, take the remaining 10% and swing for the fences. Invest in wildly speculative startups or ventures with unlimited upside potential. You've just changed everything. Your downside is capped. The most you can lose is that 10%, but your upside is unlimited. If one startup becomes the next Google, you win big. You're protected from ruin while exposed to positive black swans, those rare, unpredictable events with massive positive consequences. This isn't just about money. It's a life strategy. For your career, maybe a stable day job pays the bills. while you pursue a passion project with huge upside in your free time, writing that novel or building that side business. For health, avoid chronic low-level stressors like sugar and processed foods, but occasionally embrace intense, acute stressors like heavy workouts or periodic fasting. The barbell strategy removes the risk of ruin while giving you the best of both worlds. It's antifragility in action. This connects to another core principle, via negativa, Latin for the negative way. We often know much more about what's wrong than what's right. Knowledge grows more through subtraction than addition. See 1,000 white swans, and you still can't be certain all swans are white. But see just one black swan, and you know with absolute certainty that not all swans are white. Disconfirmation beats confirmation every time. In life, the path to wisdom, health, and strength is often about what you remove, not what you add. We don't get healthier by adding endless supplements and medications. We get healthier by removing the unnatural things harming us: processed foods, sugar, chronic stress. Michelangelo supposedly said he created David by simply removing everything that wasn't David. This is why ancient wisdom often beats modern scientific advice. Not because the ancients were smarter, but because their practices survived time's brutal testing. Time destroys the fragile. Any diet or practice that's lasted thousands of years has proven its worth. Taleb calls this the Lindy effect. For non-perishable things like ideas or technologies, life expectancy is proportional to current age. A book in print for 50 years will likely last another 50. A book like those of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, in print for 2,000 years? That's going to be around a very long time. This is why Taleb is skeptical of neomania loving the new just because it's new. The latest fad diet, the hot new management theory. These are fragile. They haven't been tested. The true path often lies in the old, tried and true. All these ideas lead to the most important principle, the ethical core of Taleb's entire philosophy: skin in the game. The biggest problem in our modern world is the separation between action and consequence, between rewards and risk. We've created a society full of people who get the upside of their decisions while others bear the downside. Think of the corporate executive making risky bets. If they pay off, massive bonus. If they fail, and the company tanks, he keeps his past bonuses, while taxpayers fund the bailout. He gets upside, we get downside. He's anti-fragile at our expense. Think of politicians voting for wars they'll never fight, or academic economists whose failed models crash the economy while they keep their tenured positions. These people have no skin in the game. Their talk is cheap because they're insulated from consequences. For Taleb, this is the great ethical crime of our time, transferring fragility from the powerful to the powerless. The solution is ancient. The Code of Hammurabi, written nearly 4,000 years ago, stated, "If a builder builds a house and does not make its construction firm, and the house collapses and causes the death of the owner, that builder shall be put to death." The builder had skin in the game. He couldn't hide risks in the foundation because his life depended on it. This is the only true source of accountability. Never trust someone's opinion if they have nothing to lose by being wrong. Don't ask a doctor what you should do, ask what he would do in your shoes. The difference can be stunning. The hero isn't the one who talks about courage, but the one who risks something for a greater good. The true entrepreneur isn't the slick CEO with a golden parachute, but the person risking her own savings on a small business. Even if she fails, she's a hero, because her failure provides valuable information, making the system stronger. In the end, Taleb's message is a call to return to a more ancient, honorable, and natural way of living. Recognize that we're not machines, but complex organisms that need a bit of chaos to thrive. Have the courage to embrace uncertainty, make small mistakes, tinker and experiment. Build a life and a society where we don't eliminate the wind but learn to build windmills. Or, better yet, become the fire that dances and grows stronger in the wind's presence. As we wrap up our journey through Antifragile, let me share why this book matters so much, especially right now. On the surface, it's about risk and randomness, but underneath, It's a powerful guide to living a fuller, more authentic, more resilient life. Taleb gives us more than ideas, he gives us a new language. Before this book, we only had two categories: things that break and things that endure. He reveals a third: things that grow from being broken. Once you have this word, antifragile, you see it everywhere. In forests recovering after fires, cities coming together after crises, and hopefully, in how you respond to your own setbacks. The most powerful lesson for me is shifting from prediction to preparation. We exhaust ourselves trying to guess what happens next. Will the market crash? Will I get promoted? Will this technology change everything? Taleb's wisdom: let go of that impossible game. The future is fundamentally unpredictable. The most important events, the black swans, are exactly the ones no one sees coming. Instead of becoming a better fortune teller, become a better architect. Build your life, career, and finances so they don't depend on predicting the future. Build in robustness, redundancy, and most importantly, optionality. Create a life where randomness and surprises are friends, not enemies. This is incredibly liberating. You don't need all the answers. You just need the wisdom to position yourself to benefit from the unknown. How can you start applying this today? Let me offer 3 simple actions. First, practice via negativa. This week, don't add a new good habit. Instead, remove one thing making you fragile. Maybe it's checking the news first thing in the morning, or drinking sugary sodas. Subtraction is often the most powerful action. Second, build a small barbell. You don't need to rearrange your entire life overnight. Find one area where you can be extremely safe and another where you take a small, calculated risk. Put some savings in an ultra-safe account you never touch. Spend 1 hour a week learning a new skill with no immediate payoff but potential to open unexpected doors. Third, and most importantly, practice having skin in the game. Next time you offer strong advice, pause and ask, what do I have at stake here? Am I just talking, or do I face consequences? This simple question is a powerful ethical filter, forcing honesty and humility. Antifragile isn't an easy book. It challenges deeply held assumptions about progress, stability, and success. But its message is ultimately one of profound optimism. Our scars can make us stronger. Our mistakes can be our greatest teachers. A world full of uncertainty isn't something to fear, but a world full of opportunity. We're not fragile teacups to be kept safe on a shelf. We're living, breathing beings designed to grow and thrive in the beautiful, unpredictable chaos of life. That was a deep dive into Antifragile by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. I'll be honest with you, a summary is like looking at a travel brochure. The real adventure happens when you take the journey yourself. There's magic in the way Taleb tells his stories, the way his ideas connect, that you only get from turning the pages yourself. This summary is your map, helping you decide if this is a journey you want to take. If any of these ideas, the Hydra, the barbell, skin in the game, have sparked something in you, I truly encourage you to pick up a copy. Reading it isn't just about learning. It's an experience that will fundamentally change how you see the world and your place in it. You can find a link to the book in the description below. Also, if this journey through Antifragile has brought you any value, please click that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us know we're on the right track and ensures you won't miss our next exploration into another life-changing book. Let's keep learning and growing together.